Hey guys, welcome back to Time Machine Scale Models. Well, I figured it was time to do an update on the Ramblers69 appreciation build that we're doing. And since I made a little bit of progress, I figured I'd show you where I'm at right now. But first, I have a shop card shout out I want to get to. This shop card shout out goes out to Joe over at Outpost 31 Model Works. Now, Joe doesn't have very many subs on his channel right now. He's got a few videos up, and I urge you to go check him out, show him some community support. He's got some pretty cool builds here. You know, the old Ford truck, Toyota up here, Chevy up there at the top left, and that green Jeep down there. And this must be Outpost 31. You see that? Joe, I want to thank you for the shop card, my friend. I appreciate it very much. Guys, link will be in the description, as normal. Go check out his channel. Give him a thumbs up, show him some love. And thank you for the kind words on the back, Joe. I appreciate it. We'll set this right back here. So, the Rambler69 appreciation build. We know that Tom loves hot rods and drag cars and stuff, and I've opted to do the Don Garlits Windjammer, aka Swamp Rat 6. And this is where I'm at so far. And I gotta tell you guys, it's reminding me why I do not build dragsters. I'll show you the engine here in a minute. Put that back here. But this is the chassis, and we got her together. And it is a little bit tweaked. It was tweaked much more than what it is now. But we will get it straightened out by the time we get final assembly done. So we got the rails put together and everything as straight as we possibly can get them. And we're hoping once we start gluing things on to the chassis, it'll straighten itself out. But we painted it a matte black, and it looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me turn this light on. I think it looks pretty good. And over here, and we're not going to touch it, we opted to spray the body on the top. Now this comes with a clear body, as you all know. It had some flaws in the body that if I sprayed the underside of the body from inside the body, the flaws were going to show as scratches. And I did not want that to happen. So I went and I sanded this all nice and smooth, got rid of any sharp edges and everything, and we primed it, and then we sprayed Tamiya TS14 on it. And it does not look too bad. It's got a couple dust particles in it, which are going to be fine. They'll come out during wet sanding, and we will probably hit this with TS13 clear when it's all dry. I've got a couple touch-ups, like didn't mask the windshield quite right, and I gotta fix that, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a nice luster, and once it's wet sanded and stuff like that, it's gonna look really good. So of course all the parts and pieces are back here. I mostly used Alclad products on a lot of the parts and pieces, some testers here and there, and even some Tamiya gold leaf and silver leaf, or titanium silver, excuse me. But the engine was done with mostly Alclad stuff. So we've got polished aluminum up here, we've got duraluminum here. The valve covers were just flat coated, and the Dodge is there in there and stuff. If you can see that, the plug wires are covering it, but they were just dull coated pretty much. So these headers, the header tubes come from the Copperhead dragster. The ones that came in this kit are just super wonky. They don't look good at all. So I went and I took the header tubes and I fashioned a new header flange, and then I did the support bar at a flat styrene stock. So then I put them together and I give them a little back sweep so they look pretty decent. And that's how they came out. That's how they turned out. Tell me what you think. So we went ahead. The kit belt does not quite fit. It's a little bit too big. So we opted not to use the rubber band kit belt. And we used some frog tape. And I cut it out. Cut a thin strip. And snaked it through there and glued it down. And I think it looks much better. It actually looks like it belongs. What else? Oh, We left the oil pan clear. Obviously, it's got a little bit of a gold leaf drain plug there. And we painted the crank oily steel. That's Vallejo model color acrylic. And we painted it oily steel. You can see the crank in there. And we left the oil pan clear, so you could see the inner workings. Interesting thing. So when I was looking at the magneto on this kit, I was like, oh, that's wrong. These dragsters did not have a distributor like that. You know, the plug wires didn't come from the top. However, I was wrong. This is a shaper magneto, and it in fact did have plug wires that came from the top. And so what I did was I drilled out the center, and then I cut the plug wires free from a Gopher Racing pre-wired distributor, and then I glued them in there, and then I wired it. No, it is not correct firing order to my knowledge. I just did my own thing this time. So yeah, I used the kit magneto, drilled out, and put plug wires in it. Now the engine is not done. I still have to put the injector lines on it and everything in the fuel block here, and run some fuel lines down to the mechanical fuel pump down here. Oh my goodness, was I in frame? I don't even know now. So yes, this will get fuel lines down to the mechanical fuel pump, and then they will run to the fuel cell, the moon tank that resides in the front of the chassis, which is right here. So yeah, like I said, most of the stuff is Alclad products, sprayed out and stuff like that, and I'm pretty happy with it. This part here, I thought about redoing it, but this does get decaled up. You see the scuff there? I'm not really sure how that happened, but it's there, and I'm hoping the decals actually cover that up or whatnot, but if not, it's going to be what it's going to be. What else? Oh! There's the AK, and it still looks really, really good, and I'm really happy with it. And I've been handling this. I've actually mocked this up and everything. I've handled it several times, and it's pretty durable. It's holding up, so I'm pretty happy with the AK Super Chrome. Looks really good. Oh, speaking of the body requires you to drill some holes, so these can fit up in there. They get glued. Let me center this a little bit. So right here's a hole. So this is going to go in there and go in that hole there. And also for the steering linkage, it runs down the side. I had to drill a hole right up here. So it'll come down like that and forward. Okay. So yeah, we're making progress, and I'm digging it so far. It's been a little finicky. It's given me problems here and there, but nothing that I can't work out with a little bit of patience and time. So tell me what, oh, let's talk about the wheels a minute. Alclad magnesium. What a fantastic looking color. Over gray primer. They look really, really good, and they look period correct. So I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out too. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my progress here so far. If you have any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Alright guys, I want to thank you once again for watching, and I appreciate all the likes, the subs, and all your comments. Alright guys, happy modeling.